All right, so it's Monday morning. I don't know. Okay, so we'll see who actually sees this video or comes on live because, people are at work. I'm just tripping, just getting on live and whenever time I feel like because I'm on spring break. So, hola, Janice. How are you? So, I have a I think what I'm going to do part of this week is I'm going to change up a few things and not just talk about idle chit chat and things that we normally do, but actually have a thought in my head before I go live, which is what I normally used to do when I was on Periscope going live. And I apologize, but it's kind of like when I'm doing things, I kind of get in this space where I am very compartmentalized. So I talk about beauty on here and things like that, but I don't talk about the other things that I'm into or whatever. So I wanted to talk about, because we kind of talked about this yesterday before I had to delete that video. Excuse my bra stress, but I was wearing this different t-shirt and whatever. So, um, my thoughts are about beauty and aging. And we were talking about how, why did I delete? Because I had to end it so abruptly. It was like I was in the midst of a conversation and then I had to end it because I had to roll out the house and all this other stuff. So I was like, let me just, it seems a little crazy. But what I wanted to talk about in reference to that was we were discussing, um, well, I was discussing my thoughts on beauty and aging. And one of the reasons why I was talking about that is because so many young people, especially when you are in this space, when you are doing beauty videos on Instagram and all this stuff, we strive for perfection. And I don't think we should strive for perfection. I think we should strive to enhance our beauty, but I don't think we should strive to perfect everything. And I'm not saying it from like, oh, perfect how you do your brows or anything like that. But I think that we have gotten to this point where so many people are trying to fix the things that they don't like, to the point that they lose who they are, who that essence that was given to them. And I'm saying this from the fact that, there's so many young people, and I can say this because I'm older, but there's so many people that I watch on here, and they've had all this work done on their face. And it troubles me because what are you have to maintain this for the rest of your life. And so if this is what made you feel comfortable in your skin, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but what I'm saying is that, what happens when you can't do it anymore? Are you going to be able to handle who you are when you look in the mirror? And I think that that's the problem that we are setting ourselves up for. These young people are in their 20s talking about, oh, I need to get Botox, I need to get rid of these lines, I need to do this, when all they got to do is use some fucking skincare and just be realistic about it. Good skincare will fix a lot of things. No, it's not going to fix everything, but that myth is out there. And honestly, I believe this, that says that skincare cannot do things. No, it's not going to permanently change it, but it will give you what you need. And it's going to give you exactly what your skin can take. And I think so often everybody's taking the, hey, Pebbles, they're taking this quick fix and getting things like this Botox because they don't like this line or this or this. Well, you're going to have to maintain that forever. And are you going to be able to maintain that? And if you cannot, will you be okay with the face that you look at in the mirror? And I think that's the problem, is that we have taken away the beauty of aging. No, yes, your look is going to change. I don't look the same way I did when I was 20 years old. I don't look the same as I did when I was 30, but I look like me, and I'm okay with the face I see in the mirror. And I think that's the problem, is that we're so busy trying to turn back the clock that we can't appreciate what we have gotten to this point. Yes, I hate this damn line on my face, but the reality is that the face I have is based on 50 something years of living and seeing so much and dealing with life and things like that. And yes, I use skincare to like make it pretty to me or enhance it, but I don't think at this point that I want to like change the look of my face. I don't. I like the way it looks. I'm not going to enhance my cheekbones. I'm not going to fill out my lips to make them plumper. I'm not going to do those things because I have to be comfortable with the face I'm in. Now, am I going to say that there's never going to be a time where I'll go, man, maybe I should go and have this face freshened up? Not going to say that. It might happen, but I'm over 50 at this point. Hey, Angela, I'm over 50 at this point, which is a lot different than being 25, putting myself and getting cosmetic surgery, cosmetic work done to make myself look better or different. Because what happens is that you got to maintain this now for decades. Yes, you've got to maintain that shit for decades. And is it really saying that you're okay with who you are, or are you trying to attain? And I think part of the but that's a little different, Janice. That's about the weight, and maybe you haven't been able to get it off and things like that. That's that, you know, let me say this. I'm not opposed to anybody because Lord knows I got a whole list of surgeries I want. I would love to get lipo. I would love to get some of this fat sucked off my body. But what I'm talking about is like, we are older women. Our choices are based on, you know, I just want to enhance something. I'm cool with it. But I'm talking about for the younger people, they're looking at people online and things like that. Oh, right. Your lip full of horror pics. Girl, if I wasn't on my phone, I would show them. But what I'm saying is that we are older, so our choices are a little different and are based on maturity and things. But we have so much younger people who are rushing to get these things done and changing up things. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Right. Thank you. No, I didn't see that one, Janice. And like I said, like anything can have a horror story behind it. But I'm saying like our young people are so busy trying to emulate people like Jacqueline Hill, Nikki Tutorials, all these people that they say, oh, they're so beautiful, but they've been under the knife. And so therefore, you know, their perfection is based on somebody's expertise. Kylie Jenner, all the, you know what I'm saying? All of these people have been under somebody's knife of some sort or needle to fix their looks. So therefore, their perfection is not real. And I think it creates this low self-esteem, especially in our young women, that makes them feel like they're never going to be that perfect. You know, they're never going to be that perfect because they don't have, because, you know, I can't get to this point, but no, you can't, you know. Hi, Naya. How are you? I saw somebody else on here I've never seen. Buried Before Death. Thank you for coming in. How are you? Don't forget to subscribe if you don't subscribe. So it's important that we as women be okay with our aging process. It doesn't make us, you know, and so like, for instance, even when it comes to our makeup, Angela, we'll get into this conversation. We are taught as we get older that we can't wear certain things, that we can't do certain things because of our age. Good morning, my Carlos Martinez. You know, and how dare we, because that's going to age us. No, it only ages us because you told us it has to age us. Why wearing bright eyeshadow is going to age me is beyond my comprehension. I'm just being real. How me wearing some bright ass eyeshadow correlates to me looking like some old woman trying to be young is ridiculous to me. It's absolutely ridiculous. It said, you know, we put these standards out there and we put all these, you know, rules and things in place that are ridiculous. You can't be wearing all that bright ass lipstick. You know, you can't be wearing all that bright ass lipstick. You need to wear, so you look young. So, and so it puts in the mind, because I've seen people on here. I've honestly looked at some people on here talking about, now that I'm getting older, I've turned 30. I can't be wearing all this. Girl, if 30 is old to you, wait till you hit 50. You're going to wind up walking this earth thinking that oh my God, I'm 50, and you're not going to be comfortable in your own skin or at your own age. And that's the problem that I see happening. It's so many people. Yes, you can look the best you can. Hell, I like it when people don't know that I'm 52 when they see me. A, but I'm not afraid to say my age. And B, I am okay if you think I'm old. Right. We're supposed to be ashamed, not bold and proud. Thank you, Angela. That is so true. It's like we're supposed to, like, as they say, age gracefully, which means, demurely and shyly and grow old. Right. No, and it doesn't. And let me tell you something. It was some grandmas at 50 that was looking hot to death. Let's talk about Tina Turner. Tina Turner been fucking sexy since she came out the womb, okay? Let's not talk. Anime Bullock is fucking hot. Hi, Rita. Right, with her red lipstick and them short ass skirts showing off all those legs. Anime. Don't fuck with anime. Don't fuck with anime, right? That's what I'm saying. And so I think that we now, right. And see, Janice, ooh, I wish, can I just say this to the women? Stop listening to men in your life with that bullshit. Because let's be honest, when they're looking at stars, they're like, I don't like my woman with makeup. You sit up here and you put a star in front of them. You put a celebrity in front of them and say, do you like them? They got a full fucking face of makeup on. I want them. Oh, stop listening to the men and the people in your life telling you that. Let me just give some advice. If it's women telling you, oh my God, all that makeup, they jealous because they don't know how to put on makeup. They just jealous because they're jealous of your shine. They are jealous of your fucking shine. And they wish they could do it. Trust me, now that I'm more into makeup, when I was into other stuff, I was getting a conversation, but I get that from women. Oh, I really want to do it. But they'll say that whispered in the back of your ear. But then what they will do is then when they're around people, that's too much. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. Sorry. Oh my God. I was about to cough. So sorry. That was terrible. Oh man, I'm still sick. I am so sick right now. Right. It's too much for them. So I want people. So when people make those statements about you, do not let that bother you. And like Janice said, we worry so much about the opinions of others that we are not happy. We spend so much time letting others tell us how we should be, how we should act, how we should look, that we live our lives unhappy. And we're miserable. Like I said, we're living this very uncomfortable, comfortable life. Miserable as fuck. But we've pleased everyone around us. But we ain't pleased the damn self. And at the end of the day, those people are living their life the way they choose to, while you are sitting around trying to fix your life for them. No, stop doing that. And that's real. And that's on every level, not just about your makeup, not just about the way you dress, but on every level. We wind up living very unhappy, uncomfortable lives based on the fact that we're so busy making sure this person accepts us. The moment that you stop worrying about people accepting you, you will be free. That moment will free you. Because it will free you to do the things that make you happy. Now, I'm not saying that you got to do something that's illegal or something, but I'm saying true freedom comes from not worrying about if people accept you. but living the life that makes you happy. And until you do that, and I think so many of us are finding that out, that it is, right? Janice, that is so, that happens all the time. Is that I tell everybody, men who tell you, people, men, serious, real talk. A lot of times, partners will tell you, "Oh, don't be wearing all the makeup." Watch me. They're gonna find somebody with makeup on and be all up under them, or they're gonna be staring at them, or whatever. That's what's gonna happen. And then you're gonna be sitting up there looking crazy, like, "Oh, but why? Oh, but why? Why did they do this to me?" Why? Because they allowed you, that what you did was you gave them what they needed. They needed you to not be as sparkly, to lose your shine so they could feel comfortable. See, a lot of times when people in relationships tell you that shit, it's to make them feel comfortable. It's for them to feel comfortable, that they don't have to worry about you, because now because in their mind you're not that fabulous anymore. See, they take away your fabulous, your glamorous, to make them feel comfortable, and then they'll go out and find somebody just as fabulous and glamorous that they didn't want you to be. And so many of us buy into that shit. We buy into it. Oh my God, if I see one more, right. Exactly. I totally, Angela. Get in where you fit in. If you don't, oh well. Oh well, you'll be fine. You will be all right. So I think that's one of the things that we must learn. If you don't learn, if you haven't learned it now, start looking at the way you live and what your choices are. Are your choices based on what the people around you are going to think about you? Are your choices based on how, oh my God, they might not like me if I do this? If your choices are based on those type of things, then it's now time to step back and say, no, I'm going to make some choices for me. Right. Thank you, Barry Before Death. Thank you. Exactly. You know, that's my whole point. Most of the time when men tell you that in relationships, the man in your relationship tells you this shit, look at the women that he's looking at. Trust me, it's going to be the exact thing that he's telling you he doesn't want you to look like. And the reason why he's saying that, because he don't want to have to worry that somebody else is looking at you. He wants you to have on a potato sack so he don't have to worry. Hey, Jean. Hey, Jean. How are you? And so you buy into it because you're trying to please him, but in the meantime he's sitting around there looking at these other women who look just like he told you not to. I must say, this lighting is doing something for my skin today. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling pretty damn glowy. I don't know what happened just there. I just lost it for a second. I happened to look at myself really good and I was like, damn, you're looking kind of cute today. Even though you can barely breathe, you're spitting out your teeth, but at least your skin looks good. Okay, back here. Let me get off of my high self-esteem soapbox. I've been using this. This is kind of cute. This is lip balmy crap. I really don't like them, but yeah, exactly. Listen. Hold up. Let me tell y'all trueness. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Now, my kid's father, when we were young, because we ain't been together in decades. Gate worked in the record industry, right? So at around and after I had my kids, he was one of them type of guys like, you gonna wear that? You know, like I wasn't like because I done had a baby now, so I got a little gut. So it was like, you gonna wear that? And I can be honest, and I've never really talked to him about it because we've been apart for so long, but he really killed my self-confidence for quite some time, where I was like, damn, oh my God, and I really felt bad about myself. I had 2 kids. Right. That's beautiful, Gene. And he really did kill my self-confidence to a certain extent. And so, I was always worried about that kind of stuff. And so I went back to work, and I was working and everything. And it was New Year's Eve, and we had to go. He always had to work on New Year's Eve, because there would be some artists in town. We were, hi, Annalie. And so I'm like going with him. Now, mind you, I've been like, barely eating because I'm back at work. So Lulu had gotten tiny, small, and hadn't even noticed that I was getting as small as I was. So I'm sitting, we went and saw his artist, and one of the guys from the band I didn't meet beforehand. So, he was busy doing something. But anyway, I didn't meet him before we got to the venue. So at the venue, I was kind of sitting down. I had on this little, it was the early 90s. It was 92, 93. I got on this little, video dress, all the way mid thigh. Got my little heels on, got my hair done. I'm looking kind of cute. And this guy didn't know I was with him. And so I'm sitting there just, chilling. And he came up to me and tried to holler at me. Now, I didn't say anything or anything. I just was like, hey, how are you? I wasn't flirting or anything. Because I was tired because I'd been at work all day. And so I'm just sitting there. And then I didn't even pick up on this guy was hitting on me until my ex came and all of a sudden stood right up on side of me. Like, yeah, this mine. Okay, cool. So then, night goes on. Got kind of flirted a little bit, but I was just there. And that was the moment when I understood what that was about. Because, until from that point, until I left him 6 months later, he never took me to another event. Never took me to another event. I mean, he had a whole thing. Like a few months later, it was Black History Month. He always had an event. I always went to it. He didn't even ask me to go. Didn't even ask me to go. And that's when I understood that he didn't want me to be pretty, that wasn't something that he could handle. And that was kind of one of the turning points of me saying, I'm about to go, because it was okay. And at that point, and once I saw that, my confidence started coming back. My confidence, started coming back, like, oh, so this is what we are. And it was a wake-up call to me, because before I was like feeling like I wasn't good enough, and I needed to do better, and all this other shit that was going through my head. Because let me be real with this. We as women, we dissect ourselves constantly. He was a moron. Thank you, my Carlos. We dissect ourselves constantly, and yeah, my ex loved it. My ex-husband, now he loved me looking good, but we dissect ourselves constantly, and we internalize what other people are doing and make it our problem. And that's what I did. So right, exactly. Oh yeah, he could shine. Of course he could. And the thing is that's when I said, well, thank you. So that's what we were doing constantly. They do to us constantly to make us feel like we're not good enough. And so, and it's not just the men in our lives. It can be your family. It can be your friends who do this to you, who kind of give you that low key, knife in the back. And these are the people who are supposed to support you in things. And so that's why it's so difficult. And that's why it will fuck with your self-esteem. It will make feel, and the easiest way to come at somebody is to make them feel ugly. Let's be honest. Making you feel ugly is the way to open us up as women, and men alike, because men act like it doesn't bother them, but it does. It is the best way to open up a person to being, that's the first step in killing somebody's self-confidence and to getting control of them. Because especially in relationships, if that person makes you feel like you ain't good enough and you're not, then you start feeling like you can't be with anybody else. And, you got to take what they give you because, no, who else is going to want you but them? And to a certain extent, I was feeling that way. I was a brand new mother. I had two small children. I had a 2-year-old and a newborn. And so I was already feeling that pressure, like, I got these kids and stuff. And it was a way to make me feel like, where else could I go? What else could I do but be with him? I should be happy to be with him because we got these kids and I'm 20, what was I, 26 years old, 25 years old with two kids. And oh my God, no one's going to want me. I'm not good enough anymore. I'm not pretty or anything. And by doing that, it creates this feeling in you that you have to take whatever you get. And yes, and he was fucked up at that point. Now, has he gotten better? I don't know. It's been decades. Maybe he is. They've been married for quite some time, him and his wife. Maybe he's gotten better. Or maybe she was just a better person and she was older than me. But what it did do was it taught me some things along the way. And I think that when we're in situations like that, once you get out of them, is she homely looking? No. She ain't me. No. I mean, we cool. Let me say that. I'm actually cool with them all, so I don't have any problems with them. She's she's what he needed. She's what he needed. I'll say that. And it's not just from the standpoint of looks, but just her whole vibe is what he needed. They're so much better suited than we ever were. So much better suited. And not from just that, but because of things like her thoughts about life and how they're very, yeah. Like, I'm a very social person, and even though his business was social, he's like, yeah, nah. So we were good. We're good. Let me say this, as my son says, true story. And he's probably got a few more friends now, but this was a few years ago. We ain't talking about, young. He gave a Super Bowl party and only 2 people showed up. But in their defense, they're not people to invite people over their home because, they're not that type of people. They like to have a nice house, but they're not social like that. They kind of got this vibe like, they don't want people in there because they might mess up something. Right. I know that's right. I'm sure. So, yeah. So, you know what? I didn't. I just walked away, Carlos. I don't do that kind of stuff. It's not that serious to me. It's not that serious to me. You getting somebody is about getting things, and I don't need your things. You can keep your shit. Don't matter to me. Nah. You know what? I've had a good life, so I cannot complain about it. I'm all right with where I am. So, and they're fine. Well, they've had their moments. We know about them. But and everybody does. The fuck? But I'm just saying, so, but, and you also have to look at, we were young people. Perhaps he has matured over the years. Right. And, maybe he has matured to a better man. I don't know. Cause we haven't been together in decades. So maybe, he learned something from the process too. Hopefully he did, hopefully he was better to her. Maybe, maybe, it was that time, to get away from him, and he needed to learn some things too. And maybe he did, who knows? I hope he did. You know what? Can I just say something? This is the most likes I've ever gotten on a like recently. I mean, on a live recently. I ain't even asked for them. I got a lot of likes. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I must be saying something y'all like. Okay, yay. Yeah. But anyway, but I think the issue is that we live in a time where they make us feel less than as we get older, especially as women. Men can get older. Men can get older and get handsomer, and we just look at them and be like, yes, Jeff Goldblum is my, my Jeff Goldblum, Lord Jesus. Let's not get down the Jeff Goldblum line with me. But anyway, right, they can become more handsome, sexier. And then for us as women, it's like, oh, okay. And then they pull out the few of us that are, because then there's a few of us that they say, okay, they nice looking. They've aged well. They've aged well. But in reality, but what they do tell us is that with aging, that we must change who we are. We must become more demure. This whole vibe about being a woman in aging is totally different than a man in aging. A man ages and becomes more mature, more interesting and things like that. We as women, when we age, we must strive to be younger. We must strive to, keep ourselves at this younger state. Well, if a man cannot handle you as the older woman that you are, that's on his maturity level, not yours. Think on that one. And that's the reality of it. We are allowed, we allow them to choose who we are, and worry about from their perspective, when we should be doing it for us. Do make your beauty, create your own standard of beauty for you, and make it work for you. Not to say that it has to be like my beauty or her beauty or someone else's. Create your own standard of beauty that works for you, but don't allow anybody to take it away from you all either. Okay, so I'm off my soapbox for a minute. Let me jump off that soapbox. Where is my toilet tissue so I can blow my nose? So anyway, it's early. How's everybody doing? What y'all doing at home? Because I'm on spring break. I know some of y'all get to stay home just because it's a day off, and I appreciate y'all for that. But because we up early. So any new people up in here, you retired, yes, and you with the parrots and cockatoos and birds and stuff. Who else is in here? Any new people besides Buried Before Death? Who else did I see? You're at work. Hey, Rita. Who else did I see this new? Anna Lee is kind of new. I think I've seen you a couple of times before, though. Okay. All right. I forgot, Rita, you was in here. So you were, right, living the parrot dream. So what is on your agenda today? We'll get into agendas and things like that. I just had to get that out. We had a nice little 30 minutes. Okay, good. We could we could chit chat a little bit and then get back into the real, getting serious. You have to go to work this afternoon. How's that job going, Kate? How's it been going? Ooh, y'all in this poll. J-Star, y'all waiting on. I gotta work on this one video I want to work on. I know that's waiting to retire, girl. I know what that is. I know that's right. I would say I'm waiting for a handsome gentleman to whisk me away and everything. But the last time I said something like that, I got what I asked for, and I was a little scared of it. You know what, Barry, before death, I'm planning on doing more, because I thought about it. I said, I haven't been doing these, and I need to do a little more of these. Oh, look at you. You waiting for the poodle groomer and everything. Oh, such a hard life. Such a hard life for you. Oh, let's all. You and me both, Kate. You and me both. I just feel the need to put on some perfume sometimes. I cannot. No, let me say this. It's going to happen. I want it to happen quicker. Um, you know, I am I am in this slump period right now on YouTube. And so now I am zenning myself into being okay with it. Um Poison Girl by Dior. I should have known you would ask that. Um for everybody who's in here, if you are into fragrances, you should check out Divine Diva K. She does great fragrance. The pink, oh, let me tell y'all. Let me show you. This is actually one of my t-shirts that I recycled or upcycled or whatever. This is one of my designs. This is my Afro Chic t-shirts. So it's an Afro Chic t-shirt. I gotta do some things with them before I actually really start talking about them again. I gotta change up some of the styles because when I did this before, they only had certain styles of t-shirts. Now they have better ones, so I've got to redo them. You can order them, honey. I ain't gotta make you one. You can, well, you have to do this part, but the shirt itself is, there's like 3 different styles: Afro Chic 1, 2, and 3. I have Afro Baby ones for little girls and stuff. I have to I gotta order some so that I can like actually show more of them. Oh, to do this? Oh yeah. Girl, YouTube is your friend. I learned how to do this on YouTube. Yeah, I learned how to do that on YouTube. But I am gonna get some more t-shirts because I think they have the like slouchy off the shoulder t-shirts now. So I'm gonna put some new styles up. So I gotta play with my Teespring store and show what I have because like this one I've had for 4 years. Yeah. Huh. I haven't heard about that. So maybe we could do that. I like that. The confessions videos, I kind of like that too. I like it. Thank you, Janice. We can try that. We can try that. Where do I order it at? I have a Teespring store, Rita. I gotta clean it up, and then I'll show everything on the Teespring store. So I need to clean up some of the stuff that's on there, and I need to finish some designs because I was doing this whole zodiac collection similar to that. But my confessions, I got another channel for them. Maybe we should do that. Okay, so let me say we'll put a community tab. We'll do a post on it, and then we could start them. If people want me to do them, I'll do them. That'd be fun. You know, send it to me anonymously to my email. I can even set up an email specifically for that, so I'll see them. Because my Aging Gorgeously email is for sales. Jean, are you going to order you that? I found it for you. You can have your Mega Pro 4 back. You better go on and get that, girl, since you weren't going to take mine. Even though I was going to give it to you. I was going to give it to her. Okay. I'm glad. Yay. So you got it back. But, yeah. So, I like that. I should do that. Okay. Where was you at in church? Okay, here's my question. Was church in service or were you just in church? There's a difference. I'm more impressed if it was during service. Okay, that was terrible to say out loud. Never mind. Let me shut up. Okay, well, kudos to you, Carlos. But we don't even know what you look like, so I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. All right. Hello, Don B. How are you? I'm back after that long buffering session I just had. Let me blow my nose. Right. Moved by the Holy Spirit. Okay, now I'm back. Okay, so we back. So anyway, I like that. I'm gonna put that to the community and see if people want to see me do it. If so, we can do that once a week. We can start it this week. I'm on spring break. We can do some confessions, child. We can do some confessions. Hi, right at home. How are you? You know, feel free to ask me any questions. I'm open. I'm an open book, sort of, unless I close it. Mm. Got my red sponge. So anyway, what are your plans other than Angela? Right. Only in Chicago would we have had a snow, basically a little mini snowstorm yesterday in April. And now the snow is melting because it's warm enough to melt it today. And it will be in the 60s tomorrow. Hi, Melinda. Only in Chicago. Or, you know, the Midwest. You know, So I'm waiting to go out until the snow melts. It's a mess. It's a mess. Drive you crazy. So I'm doing good because I want to shop, but I'm moving. It'll be snowing there. Oh my God. The snow is it's just crazy. This weather is crazy. I want to shop because it is my birthday month. But because I am moving, I am doing the right thing. And I'm not really shopping. So I bought a few things before I knew I definitely was moving. So now I am not shopping. I'm about to prepare to do a moving sale. So we're going to have a moving sale, hopefully. I got to get this all done and ready in 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks to get this house ready to move. So a lot of the stuff that was on my wish list will stay on my wish list. I'll just work on it little by little. Well, just hold on to them. Just hold on to them, Gene. Look at it this way. There will be a sale that you're going to want to hit eventually, or something new, some new stuff, products are going to come out. So you just let them marinate until sometimes, but I understand because sometimes you get that little itch to spend. You got them points, you want to spend them. I understand. That's why I don't have any points right now myself. But I know the 20% off coupon. I know. Okay, so what you need to get is you some Shiseido cotton wipes. So if you don't do nothing else, you need to spend that 20% and get those on sale. Hey, Lisa, because now that I'm definitely getting. I'm trying to talk myself out of all these. I'm kind of like, okay, so now I can tell y'all what my current obsession is. And it's these little face illuminators. I want more of them. So I'm trying not to buy 17 little ones. But I don't want to spend money on them. So I will not. Right. See, there's a few things I want based on some videos I want to do. Not necessarily that I'm dying for these products, but I do want to review some products. So, but I am having this because this damn Milani Soft Focus Glow. So now I know I'm going to get the Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury and a few other skin illuminators. Now, when it comes down to skincare, I'm going to stay where I am right now. I know I'm getting that Flawless Filter. Just got to work on my Flawless money. So I want that because I want to see, are these similar? I'm not buying any more. I'm not buying any more foundations for a little while. I'm actually going to use my foundations to really say, okay, these are the ones I really like, really give them another good look. But I am going to do something, and since we're sitting here talking, I want to talk about some shadows, um, some eyeshadows, and how you can get screwed up listening to how people put on. Because I almost threw out some eyeshadows and I had to reuse them because I was like, okay, I'm tripping. Well, I am not, because I have got a bump on my face. And I think the thing with being on YouTube and watching a lot of YouTube is that you have to watch how you listen to other people or how they do things, and understand that it might not work for you, but figure it out. OMG what? OMG. So so you have to kind of work through that. And that's what I'm working through right now. And I know that sounds crazy, but what I mean is that, like, you have to figure out what works for you, in even with your application, you know, with your application of your makeup, the things that you use on your face, things like that, because it is very personal. And I can tell you some things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're definitely going to like it or it's going to work for you. And yes, of course, you do want to hear somebody who has an opinion on it other than that is such an ugly top. The magazines. It's so interesting when I'm thinking about that. And let me go where I'm going with this. Okay. For years, we allowed the magazines and things to tell us what to try out in makeup and things like that. And thank you. And we never took into account how much money was involved, how much the magazines are being paid to promote these things. And we listened to them. Hey, we read Glamour, Allure, Elle, all these magazines, and went Essence, all of them. Right. And listen to them, and we're okay with that. Don't be mad, NC30, that I'm an NC40. Don't be mad, Angela. It's okay. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. But when you're in this space, the expectations of the people who try on makeup and things like that is so different here. The expectations is we must be much more, I'm not going to say honest, but we are held to a different standard than what people are in other industries that we listen to about beauty. That's the reality of it. And so it's just an interesting space. And I find myself in this space right now. Like, for instance, right now I'm losing subscribers left and right. I don't know what that's about, but I'm losing them every day. It is what it is. It happens. And I'm not discouraged by it. But it does, it makes you not look at things. It really does, because you get to this point where you're not looking, because it becomes like, damn, okay, whatever. And you don't get the views that you think you should. And then you see other people getting them. And you're like, why the fuck they getting all these views? And I can't even get 1,000 views. And it's, so I'm just going, cause I have a lot of people in here who have channels, so they understand what I'm saying. So I'm in this space right now where I am, going to do what I choose to. And I think that's what I had to figure out, was to do it the way I choose to. And I say that all the time, but it is a choice on how you handle your channel and the content. Right. The prison makeup girl got 40,000 subscribers and things like that. And you watch some things and you be like, where did they get all these subscribers from? And like, for instance, I understand that for me, the issue is that so many people, right, found me based on that HIV video. So because those people don't watch my other videos, it now taints how I get pushed out. So I don't get pushed out to that level. Now, let me say, I have a good, solid core of people. I have a good, solid core. I have a good subscriber base where it's like, you all, the people who watch. But it's not taking into account that I have a good subscriber base and I have a good watch time on most of my videos, that it should send them out more. I get watch, people watch my videos. Y'all watch the hell out the videos. I will give y'all that, and I appreciate you all that for that. But, and I've learned also, and then like, here's the other thing. When you watch a lot of these, like, right, exactly. When you watch a lot of videos about how to grow on YouTube and what you need to be doing, I think the beauty community is such a weird little space that a lot of the things that they talk about doesn't really work or really, matter, because people who absolutely have not done anything will get I do know age does have a lot to do with it, because there are so many young people watching YouTube. However, we are a growing audience on YouTube. We over 35, over 40 is a growing audience. But I'm saying like things like saying that you need to do you need to, in the first 10 seconds, say what your video is about. That's not true in the beauty space. People ramble. People are very chit-chatty, and that's part of being in the beauty space. It really, it really isn't, those things don't necessarily matter, because you can see people who just ramble on and just talk about things, and people were watching them. And then there's some that do that. So it's all subjective. It is very subjective. Thank you, Rita. It's all very subjective. And so you have to just be like, just figure out, okay, I'm just going to do it, and it'll take, or it's not going to take. And I'm going to do more reviews. However, I'm letting you know, Jean, traditionally, and this is across the board, tutorials do not get a lot of views. Tutorials do not get a lot of views. Not just me, not just for me, but for most people. So, yeah, you see, I'm doing more reviews. So I'm going to tell you what, honestly, here's the real. Let's just be honest. Here's the thing that gets a lot of views in general. Subscription unboxings, hauls. Hauls will get you views. Hauls get views, y'all. I mean, people like to watch you open up some shit. Collections do get a lot of views. Declutters get views, Product reviews, yes and no. Right, Auntie hauls do, the Will I Buy It series. People do that. I am not even going to lie to you all. I would not be able to do those. I would not be able to do those. I cannot do that every week. I'm just not here to try to like check and find all the new releases and then talk about, do I want to buy it or not. Yeah, some people do love tutorials, but tutorials, you have to understand, a lot of the tutorials have been around for a while. And people who are known for tutorials even say, tutorials don't get that many views. Now, some people, that's what they do. And that's what they're known for. So that's like, and Nook, everybody watches her for tutorials because that's what she does. She does them very well. And you have to understand that filming a tutorial takes a lot. Filming a tutorial is not the easiest thing ever. You got to edit. There's a lot involved with doing a tutorial. I know people, honestly, I'm being honest with you all. I get more views on a tutorial on IG than I ever do on here. I can do a 1-minute video and, tutorial on IG, and that will get me more views than I've ever. Okay, so now, when it comes down to being a person of color, Jean, I don't have a lot of color. So when it comes down to people of color, they're not gonna really. I'm not. No, they're not really gonna watch me because I am not. I'm a very fair skinned woman of color, and I'm just being real. Some people watch me because they like me, but it's just a reality of it. Am I lying, Kate? I'm fair skinned. Right. 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 I think, yeah, get ready with means are much better. And that's why I think I'm probably see the problem is I like to do get ready with me's live. I don't like to just sit here and talk at a camera. It's quite annoying to me sometimes. Right. 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 So I mean, like doing the get ready with me's, they take, and that's another thing that I have to wind up cutting because even when I'm trying to do them, get ready with me, the problem is that it's about the editing and stuff because you can't have a 50-minute 55-minute get ready with me, so you got to do some cutting, but then I'll be like, oh, but that was some good shit I said. Oh fuck, now I got to figure out how to do it. um so I think, yeah, lives are the way of the future. But there's, like, a balance. So I'm working on that balance between me doing lives and me doing videos. Hi, it's Miss V's World. How to do the balance between them. Like, I do know I am trying, even though I didn't put it up yesterday because we spent 3 fucking hours going through my damn lipsticks yesterday. And I still have close to 300 that I kept. Is that sad? I counted it out. I have about 300 I kept, even after the 135 that I decluttered. So I got rid of about a third. So anyway, I will sometimes I do get new subs on lives, and that's the thing. And honestly, I don't care about that. I like the interaction more on a live because it gives us. Well, yeah, okay. See, I'm getting better with those, Gene. So you see, I've been doing more. Okay, let me get through these. So I'm getting the balance between doing shorter videos and longer videos. And so that's what I'm working on. Is like doing. See, exactly, exactly. And that, I don't, you know what? The lives are more for your subscribers. Honestly, let me tell you what lives are for, Lisa, just from a business standpoint. Lives are for your subscribers and for view time. Lives keep my view time very high. And if you do lives really well, they keep your view time really high, especially as your subscribers get used to it. Okay, I'm going to work on that. So that's what they're for. But, so there's so honestly, here's the deal. Get ready with me's are more for your subscribers. You don't really gain a lot of subscribers off of get ready with me's. That's just the reality of it. That's more for your subscriber base, and not for you're trying to gain subscribers. Videos that gain you subscribers are things like your collection videos, things like hauls, things like that, reviews of certain products. But here's the thing with me, Jean, and this is the thing with reviews. I am not that person that's going to run out there and try to get something right away. So I am not that person that's going to rush out and right. I'm not that person who's going to rush out and try to get the Riviera palette and have it here in a day or two or things like that. That's not who I am. I'm just being honest. I know who I am now as a person and as a YouTuber. That's not my style, and I'm working on the review side. I'm working on the review side of it because I do tend to get caught up in other things. So now I'm working on my list and making sure I do my reviews better, or putting out. And I'll tell you what I'm seeing better results in is not so much doing a review of something new. I think I get better results on things like talking about blushes that I like, like top 10 neutral blushes, or if I'm talking about lipsticks. Lipstick swatches give me a ton of views. So I tend to do a lot of lipstick swatching. So um those are the type of things that do get a lot of views for me. So I have to look at what actually gets me the views and how to incorporate that more. Girl, I don't know. Listen, I'm still debating if I'm trying to go work at a store, but you gotta see how my time works out. But yeah, so I think that is that, and I do know that I have a right, exactly. And that's the way I'm kind of going with it on the reviews, Lisa, is more quick reviews. Like I did the 10 tiny palettes, doing things like that because I find that they go faster and that is watched more than if I'm doing other things. So I might do like I'm honestly, I will probably focus doing more those like minute tutorials on IG because that will grow my IG page much faster than it will here. Because I mean, I'm just being real. My tutorials, come on, y'all. I'm just being real. I look at other people, I be like, damn, I wish my shit looked like that. Be like, damn, I wish my shit looked like that. But yeah, so those are my thoughts, and thank you all for us talking. Because we need to dialogue about things. Right, exactly. So I'm trying to make sure that I do smaller things, talk about those things in particular, and then do the whole do a whole video on them, because I think the smaller brands will start they do notice, because I've gotten stuff from a lot of these smaller people who've said thank you for speaking, putting their names out there. So I will keep doing that. But yeah, I find that so I'm trying to work on the balance between talkie, talking a lot, and having shorter videos. So I am working on making sure that I have like 10 minutes or less videos. And then having my longer ones. Like I do know my longest video of the week will be that Sunday premiere, because I do like doing the Sunday premieres. And I would suggest for everybody, schedule it better than I do though, because I need to do it more in advance. But I'm going to suggest to all of the smaller people is to do a premiere, and have, because I'm finding my Sunday premieres are working well. So I would suggest having your premiere day and doing like one of your little bit longer videos. And because it does, if you're not comfortable with being live like I am, that's a good way to have a conversation and have a more, we getting together like girls kind of vibe on a video. I like them personally because I can see the conversation better, because a lot of times on here, for some reason, I don't see everything that comes up when I'm looking at it. It never shows everything. So, but when I'm on there, I can respond faster and I can be doing something else and still chatting at the same time. So I kind of like those. I've been doing them around 8 p.m. Lisa, Central Standard Time. But what I want to do is, if I get them done in advance, okay, explain Premiere. Okay, so what the Premiere is basically scheduling a video. If you go into your Creator Studio, you should be able to see when you are scheduling a video, it'll say Premiere. There's a little, like right above when you're about to schedule it, there should be a little button that says Premiere. So that what you have to do is schedule the video first for the day and time you want it, and then hit that. And so what it does is it puts it on people's feeds right then, and it's posted up on your channel page. So it'll show like, oh, there's a premiere schedule. And so people can set a reminder, and because it's up, you can actually put a message. You can go into the chat and you can put a message up in the chat and on your comments before the video ever shows up. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do this week for, because I want to schedule it earlier, because I really do need to get them scheduled up earlier, because most of the time I'm rushing so much I wind up not scheduling it until a few hours before I do it. But actually, for a premiere to really work, especially with smaller channels, you want to have it scheduled about 2 days in advance, because it'll keep showing up in people's feeds and they can see it like, oh, okay, there's a premiere coming up, there's a premiere, and they can set a reminder for it. And it's a really good way to interact without having to be on camera like this, you know. So, and you get a decent amount of views by doing it too. But my suggestion is, from doing the premieres, make sure it's like a 30-minute or more video. And the reason why I say that, because it gives people time to like pop in and out. Like, I've done some premieres that were shorter videos, but they weren't as fun, you know, and we didn't get time to really talk. So I'm trying to do them like 20, right? And well, at a consistent time, but just make sure that you schedule it in advance enough. If it's not going to be at a consistent time, like that's why I'm doing Sundays. But I do want to do some Sundays earlier, because I do have people overseas, and I would like for them to be able to be in a premiere sometimes where they can chat like that too. So I want to start alternating them at a time that would best be, you know, serve some of my subscribers that are overseas too, so that they can see it also. So there's that part, there's that piece. But you know, but in the meantime, schedule them like 2 days in advance, especially when you just starting out doing them. You know, I kind of like got people who kind of know I'm gonna do them on Sundays, so they kind of look for them. But it would be better for me if I scheduled them in advance. Right. But see, after church hours here is one thing, Lisa. We're still talking 8 to 14 hours. So I might have to do some, you know, when some people here are in church, you know, because I do the ones that are in the evening. And like most of my lives are in the evening, which I might do one tonight too. Whatever, it's my spring break. I can do whatever I want to. I can do whatever I want to. I can do whatever I want to. So there. But yeah, so, you know, I know we're sitting here talking. So it's like you have to kind of, so just for the people who are not on here on this platform, it's a lot of thought put into content. It's a lot of thought put into content. You would just not imagine how much thought is put into what am I going to do next. I've been doing skincare more, and I'm trying to see low-key. I didn't say anything. You should kind of start noticing I've been doing Saturday skincare. So like I'm trying to make sure every Saturday morning, during Saturday, I put out a skincare video, because I'm working on the one for next week. I got a couple of things I want to talk about next week, so I'm trying to get that out next Saturday. Yes, it's a lot of thought and a lot of time put into them, you know, because it's not only that you like, okay, what am I going to do? But like, right. So it's like, a lot of thought, like it's like, okay, am I going to talk about this today? Or what can I talk about my makeup today? So then you're like sitting around looking at your stuff all the time, swatching. Okay, show of hands for everybody who does videos, who be just sitting around just swatching shit. Ooh, I'm gonna swatch this. Ooh, I'm gonna swatch this, and and just be like, I'm gonna swatch my whole life away. You know, the metadata, I'm still learning that, and you can do all the metadata checking you want. And I'm just being honest, you know, unless somebody, hey Lily, unless somebody really explains to me the metadata from the beauty's perspective. Now, okay, now let me say this. I am using TubeBuddy better. I've looked at some things about how to use it, and now I've actually subscribed to the TubeBuddy channel to like really check out and see how to utilize that, utilize it better. And so I'm gonna see this month. I'm really working hard on using that kind of stuff better. But I'm gonna say this. I'm being real with y'all. I'm looking at people's videos. Lisa, I can't stand you. I'm looking at people's videos and they're not working metadata like that. A lot of them are not. They just throwing that shit out there, and for some reason it's sticking. It's sticking to something, and that's just the truth of it. I mean, just being honest with you. Just being honest. Now, I am gonna keep, seeing some things and seeing how they work. Because it is important to me to understand it better. Hi, Lisa's Journey. Hi, my other Lisas. I got so many Lisas up in here. So many Lisas. But yeah, you ain't gotta behave. You ain't gotta behave. Oh shit, I forgot I have this in here. I'm supposed to be using this stuff up, and I have not. This is that Fenty primer that I had to like I had to depot a little bit. Doesn't remember my shit. My thing broke. So yeah, but see, here's the funny thing. People say, "Oh, do skincare videos." I have a whole skincare playlist. I've done my whole skincare routine. Yeah, you better get off YouTube. I've done day routines. I've done night routines. I've done skin pore minimizing. I've done all that stuff. I do skincare. Now I don't do it every week, even though I'm getting better at doing them every week. But I've always done skincare. Now I'm going to work on more skincare videos. I guess maybe I'll just throw in a few more night moisturizers. I mean, I've gotten hi Star hi. I've done I do skincare. People just, I think because I have so much shit, people don't notice that I do skincare. Playlist, viewer list. Please explain, because I got playlists. But what do you mean playlist, viewer list? Maybe there's something I'm missing. Because I have a skincare playlist. I have a lot of videos. I do, and I have a lot of lives. But I do put things in playlists to make sure that people can find it. I need to rename a few of them though. Because I do have skincare. I do have a skincare playlist. I think maybe I should put it in there. Okay. I have been in those I have been in those groups. Honestly, they take a lot out of you trying to do that shit. They really do. Have you done them? Because I was doing them. And they take a lot out of you. If you trying to do that with them, you are watching so many videos. Oh my God. Does it really trick the algorithm, or are we just tricking ourselves into believing that it is? Because unless it's, here's the thing, I get comments. See, the thing that tricks the algorithm is if people like and comment. Well, honestly, I have a good consistent likes and comments on my videos based on how many people are viewing them. So it's not that I don't get interaction. I do get engagement. On a percentage wise level, I do. It's just that, okay, so I'm gonna have to try, because the damn thing was driving me insane. I was in one. They drove me crazy doing that stuff, because if you got like, hey, I'm gonna try it again, because I was in a couple of groups. I just like, I can't do this all day now, y'all. I can't. And define blowing up. How big is she getting? I just need to know. I'm just being honest. I just want to know. Define. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I just need to know, because I'm telling you, I was doing them and I did not see. Maybe I probably need to do that, because that's where I probably was getting messed up. I was actually trying to watch that shit. You can't go live from your phone because you don't have 1,000 subs? When did that happen? When did they change that? Okay, 0 to 300 in 2 weeks. Okay, all right. Now that is good. 0 to 300 in 2 weeks. That's a good little amount. All right, girl. Go, girl. Do your thing. That's good. Now that I have my Chromebook, I could actually do that. I could just set that. Yeah, that's real new. It's never been like that. That must be something new, because that's how I got people to watch me, was going live on my phone. That's crazy. Yeah, that has to be new, because I've never heard of that. Wow. When did they? What was the point of that? Well, you know why? Let me just tell you why. Let's talk about why. It's about bandwidth. I'm sure. It's about bandwidth. And it's about I'm sure that's why they're doing it, is to cut down on the bandwidth, because smaller people will go live faster than will go live faster than big people will. Because if you notice, the majority of YouTube does not go live. It's very few people, other than the gaming community. I'm sure it was a bunch of gamers doing lives, smaller ones trying to gain following, because the gaming community is different. And I do know that they do lives a lot, because the gaming community, let me tell you something about the gaming community that I learned. The beauty community is cheap as fuck. The gaming community does super chat. They give money to those people who game all day for them. They do all those things that the people, they don't mind sponsorships. They don't mind any of those things. Where the beauty community trip, well, you have to understand, I get it, because we don't get to, that doesn't make sense. But it's about bandwidth. I'm sure it's about how much bandwidth was being used by smaller YouTubers on using live, because live, I'm on here for an hour. It's totally different than video, where video, it's not using up as much bandwidth. This is lives. I think you probably, I'm sure that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's probably something to do with it. Okay, so let's see what we talked about, what I should do for my lives. We want to do confession videos, lives. Yeah, exactly, Ashley. We on this platform, the beauty side, and what's interesting is that the beauty side, let's be just real. Beauty people do not want you to make money on doing this. For some odd reason, the beauty community wants you to be poor until you're big. And then if you're big, then you can't do it. It's a really strange situation because the beauty community gets upset with you if you make money talking about beauty. But it was okay when you were spending all your money and fucking going broke. You cool with that. But as soon as you start making money, you're doing it for the money. Well, damn, some shit's got to be done for the money if I'm gonna keep doing it. I mean, I'm just being real with y'all. I mean, this shit costs, and we spend, and what you spend on it, right? People can still be creative and do beauty and get paid, but it's like, no, oh my God, you want us to pay you? I mean, like, everybody was up in arms about Kathleen Lights asking for people to subscribe. Yet, like, on the business side, people subscribe to their channels all the time. The business side, all the ones who can do it have that on their channel. Just so you know, go look at all these business people. They all have where they're doing it. And nobody's complaining like, oh my God, they have this on here. Nobody's complaining about it. Everybody's like, okay. I mean, because it's a choice. So they can't put out content and spend money on content, but they can't figure out a way to make the money off the content. It's an insane situation in the beauty community. And it's insane because so many of the YouTubers who are on here go buy into it and talk about it when they should just leave that shit alone. Because everybody who does these videos, if they could get paid for doing them, would get paid for it. So quit fucking lying. The only reason you're saying that is because you're not getting paid for it now. Because if you blow up to the point that you can get paid for it, you're damn straight gonna get paid for it. You're gonna do things to get paid. That's why it's so fucking crazy. That's why I need small YouTubers to shut the fuck up about that. It's one thing to say, hey, they're acting crazy or they're changing or whatever. But it's one thing to say things about how people make their money. Because I'm not about you. Sorry. But it's not that they're paying for it. Well, okay, there's something that they used to get free. You're absolutely right. That's what I'm saying. It's not saying that you have to do it, but I'm not just saying about the subscribing part about it, because there's ways that you can give content that you don't get. The whole point of that is you're supposed to give out, depending on what you do, you're supposed to give out extra content. You're supposed to do some things for these people who are paying for it. That's fine. But what I'm saying is that in general, the beauty, all like smaller YouTubers talk about how other people make their money off of doing this when you know damn well you're going to do it. Like, for instance, they talk about brand trips. First off, brand trips have been happening forever. We just didn't know about it. The fucking magazines were going on the brand trips. Now, if at some point one of these little motherfuckers decide they want to send me on a trip to fucking Bora Bora or out to, Tahiti or some shit. Now, depending on the brand, yes, if I've just always been a very staunch person that said I didn't like they shit, no, I'm probably not going to go. But given a chance to go with some brand, yeah, on a fucking free trip, thousands of dollars, I'm the fuck out of here. And you're going to see me have me a fucking great ass time. Let's be real. I mean, come on now. But people always want to say something about it when you, and it's okay, but I'm saying, like, smaller YouTubers, shut up about that shit. Because if you're given the opportunity, you're going to take it. Raw Beauty Christie said that in a video. It was a while ago. I can't remember. It was just in passing. But she made that statement. She said, I know when I was a smaller YouTuber, I used to talk shit about this, and the other. Right. Right. Exactly, Kay. She said that. She said, now that I'm larger and this is business for me and, I'm trying to make a living with it, I was wrong for some of that shit that I said. Because the reality is that it is business. And so things are, you got to do some shit. You gonna have, look. So that's the reality of it. So stop acting like you, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe they want to charge or they want to get paid for something. Oh my God. Really? Right. So here's the deal. And this is being honest. as a viewer, understand, you know, you feel like you shouldn't have to pay for this because it's always been free. I get it. So has TV been free, but y'all pay for cable all the time too. I'm gonna tell y'all that you pay for cable, but but commercials are on there. So stop telling people how many. I'm not saying that you should have commercials all throughout, but understand that to keep it where you're not paying that much for that, you getting this content for free, there's got to be a way that people can get paid for that. So therefore, they're gonna put more ads in because that's one of the ways they're getting paid in order to continue these channels. It just is what it is. So all this, oh, you know, it's like everybody want to complain about some shit, but you still want what you want. So there's got to be a compromise. The compromise is the content continues to come out, but there's going to be some inconveniences, like some ads on here, or you're going to, you know, do something else. People, I'm here just to say it. You pay for cable. People pay a whole lot of money for cable, and you're paying to watch TV, y'all. It ain't no fucking different. Okay, I'm done. So I get, you know. Yep. Hey, Danny. Right. Just pay for YouTube Red and Hush. And it works for me too because I get a cut off the YouTube Red. So I'm good with that too. You can not have it because it helps me too. Everybody who watches me with YouTube Red, we get a little something, you know, maybe a penny here, a penny there, but you know, it all adds up if enough people give me a penny. I'm just saying. That's just all there is to it, baby. That's all there is to it. Okay, I'm done. Right, all the pennies add up to make dollars. Exactly. I will take them pennies and I will raise you a penny and a half. What time is it? Okay, I gotta get off of here in a minute. All right, y'all. It's 11 o'clock. Let me go on back to my work. I'm gonna go live or do something today. I'm gonna film. Maybe I'll do a get ready with me live and put on my makeup to film. Maybe, but then again, maybe not. Who knows? Okay. Hey, let me just show y'all this. I have washed all of my brushes. They are all clean. 100% are clean. Clean. Now, the problem is that I just found out that I don't have enough storage for all my brushes now. So I had to come up with some more storage because there's a whole lot going on. I got to do some separation too because I need to separate my blending brushes from my crease brush. Oh, that's the highlighting brush. It took me 2 days. I did 1 day of eyes. I did 1 day of face. So it took 2 days. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Okay, let me do my buys. Let me get my buys. I need a mirror to do them. By Angela, by Lisa, by Danny, by other Lisa, by both my Lisas, by Kate, by Jean, by Lily, by Ashley, by who else is on here right now? Who else? Rita was on here. By Rita, by Star. Who else do I see? Do I see anybody else? I think I got everybody so far. I missed by Janice. Okay, I forgot Janice. By Janice. I did say Ashley, didn't I? By Ashley. All right, you all have a great day. I will see y'all later in some form, either in video. Oh yeah, I got a video I need to push up. Okay, video will be coming. I forgot I got a foundation video I got to put up. It's late as fuck, but hey, it's coming up. All right, see y'all later.